A wise man once told me to believe in your RNG. Fucking Reddit, here we go!
Slaves, get your ass back here!
Oh! No! No! Inner animal, thank you, man. Welcome back.
If you did not know who that was Forsen. Forsen was one of the best Miracle Rogue players the world has ever seen, and he's also a really good competitive Hearthstone player. But over the years of playing the game and streaming consistently, Forsen started to stray away from the game that made him so popular, and this is the reason why he left Hearthstone. Before Forsen started competing in Hearthstone, he was actually well known in the Starcraft 2 community, where his greatest accomplishment was reaching the final group stage at DreamHack Stockholm in 2012. Unfortunately for Forsen, he was eliminated after playing in a three-way tiebreaker series in which he was considered in the hardest group with two of the top Korean players at the time. While Forsen was competing in StarCraft, he was still going to school, and he came to realize in order to compete on the international scene, he would have to dedicate at least 12 hours a day to practicing the game and learning what the best moves were. Unfortunately for him, this wasn't possible at the time. Since Forsen was also streaming at the time, he started to stream other games until Blizzard finally released their new collectible card game, Hearthstone. Forsen became one of the best players at the game and immediately started looking towards the esports scene as he wanted to showcase his skills. First team that picked up Forsen was Team Managrine, on which he played from the team's creation in January 2014 and then disbanded in August 2014. During that time, Forsen was considered one of the best Miracle Rogue players in the game, a deck which he achieved rank 1 not only on the North American server but also on the European one as well.
A lot of damage. Do you just attack first here? Oh, that's so rough. That misdirection is actually a giant deal right now.
I think you attack and then Deadly Poison, Blade Flurry.
Bounce the Arcane Golems to get an extra mana. Oh, okay, that's actually totally fine, I think. Because now he'll actually kill the...
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I think you Blade Flurry anyway. Could have been worse, but...
Yeah. Alright, let's see how this goes. That's 20 damage. That's 1 damage off. Oh, man. Can he do it? If he can beat this Hunter deck, the Miracle Rogue is going to have a better shot against the other two decks, I think.
Yeah.
What's he doing? This is actually very weird for me. Oh, he's going to Shadow Step again and hope he gets prep. He needs it. Oh my god! What in the world? Well, that was... This guy has some balls, man. Oh my god.
Because Forsen competed in StarCraft 2, it's very easy to understand why he was so good at decks like Freeze Mage and Miracle Rogue is that he was a very calculated player and he knew when to take a risk. After Forsen's team Managrine decided to disband, Forsen mainly focused on his stream on Twitch, where he started to get a significant following due to the fact that not only was he really good at Miracle Rogue, but his personality compared to most of the other Hearthstone streamers was just a lot different. In a PC Gamer interview, Forsen was asked, what do you put the growth of your stream down to? And Forsen replied, pretty much having a unique personality compared to the standard nerdy personalities of Hearthstone.
How is Forsen so smart? Forsen's genius, guys. Confirmed right here.
Yeah, that was a sick play. And now you just like Straza yourself to 15.
And now RDO is down to 2 cards. One card does nothing,
well,
and the second card
you
also
just,
does
you
kind of
just
nothing.
burned almost all the players you had. And RDO
Oh,
is
look
like,
at that.
Oh my
no,
god.
that face.
Even though Forsen was very good at Hearthstone and Hearthstone was very popular at the time, one of the reasons why Forsen grew so much on Twitch is because of his dedicated fan base known as the Forsen Boys. The Forsen Boys were nothing like Twitch has ever seen, and especially compared to other Hearthstone streamers, this Twitch chat was absolutely crazy. There was a constant barrage of copy pasta memes and the weirdest assortment of music due to Plug DJ allowing his fans to pick songs for him to listen on his stream. The main difference between Forsen and other Hearthstone streamers is that he embraced what his Twitch chat was doing. He basically curated the Forsen Boys to be his own. And if you go to his stream right now, it is basically the same thing of just random copy pastas, and it's almost impossible to read his Twitch chat unless you're completely used to it or you are a Forsen boy. As Forsen grew as a Twitch streamer, he definitely realized that most of his income would come from streaming rather than winning Hearthstone tournaments, so he focused much more on streaming than, well, competing in Hearthstone tournaments. Forsen still continued to compete. They were a second source of income and it helped him get more popular for his Twitch stream, and he did win a couple tournaments here and there.
Oh man, Smartson. Smartson puts his opponent on a top deck. Can he BMs him?
Yeah, he's going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it's dirty.
Oh my god.
Dude.
The super MVP.
I gotta have a shower. Well deserved, Forsen. While not too many of
Now, if you go look at Forsen's Wikipedia that showcases all the tournaments he has entered, you'll notice that there is a huge gap between Challenge Stone 3 and Esports Superstars. And it was at this time that Forsen started to reveal how he truly felt about Hearthstone and what the game was becoming. Before we get to why he left Hearthstone, we first have to ask ourselves why Forsen likes Starcraft so much. And the reason is because Starcraft is a very calculated game. Almost every decision you make in Starcraft can be reflected on, and there is virtually no RNG in the game. Your decisions are the only thing that matters. And to Forsen, StarCraft 2 felt like it was completely about skill, where Hearthstone was becoming the complete opposite. In a PC Gamer interview published on October 9th, 2015, Forsen said, "I haven't been happy playing Hearthstone in a long time." Since this article was released in late 2015, I decided to go look at what expansions were released at the time to back up Forsen's claim. Going through the list of expansions, the three biggest ones that come to my mind are Curse of Naxxramas, Goblins vs. Gnomes, and Black Rock Mountain. Curse of Naxxramas didn't really have a lot of RNG cards. The only main one was Web Spinner, which just added a random beast to your hand, but at the time that could be the difference of you winning or losing the game. In Black Rock Mountain, the two biggest cards that saw play that had some kind of RNG was Flamewaker and Nefarian. Both of them saw consistent play, and Goblins vs. Gnomes, which was the most powerful set at the time, had a lot of different forms of RNG. There was Crackle, Implosion, the spare parts mechanic, the list goes on and on. The biggest card from all of these sets that was released was Dr. Boom, and he had the biggest form of RNG that could realistically decide a game, which was his Boombots. And when you add a mechanic like Boombots into the game, it's very hard to be a calculated player because there is a chance that RNG could just win the game for you. It goes without saying that there was RNG in Hearthstone Classic. We have Sylvanas, Knife Juggler, Rag, just to name a few, but it seemed like the RNG that was being made in the newer expansions were a lot harder to play around and a lot more frustrating to deal with. In the PC Gamer article, when Forsen said he hasn't been happy playing Hearthstone in a long time, the reason seemed to be that it doesn't amuse him at all anymore. It's too much RNG. I come from Starcraft 2 where it's all about skill, and I play Hearthstone and get wrecked by some guy who's getting lucky, 10 levels beneath me in skill.
The thing is with Hearthstone is that I don't care right now that this happened, right? When this happens for you, it's like that much enjoyment, right? But if you compare it to when it happens to you, on the negative scale, it's up here. It's always worse. You always feel worse when you get fucked by RNG than when good RNG happens to you. People need to realize that, not just me. And I want to get the fuck out of Hearthstone before Titanic actually hits the bottom, you know? It's not going great. I mean,
Forsen was also asked, do you think the amount of RNG in the game is going to keep holding it back? Forsen thought the RNG is actually a lot better for the casual audiences. The more RNG there is, the more casual the game is, and that's just better for the game. Rather than thinking it from a competitive player, Forsen was thinking this from a streamer, and he said, it's a good thing for the community that the game is more casual. I personally don't enjoy it, but I enjoy having a big community around Hearthstone because that's the main game I stream. The last tournament that Forsen competed in was in Seat Story Cup 7, which was basically just him chilling with a bunch of streamers, so it was a lot easier to go to that tournament than just competing in any other tournament. Forsen continued to stream Hearthstone somewhat daily until around Journey to Angora, where he went down a much bigger variety path and streamed basically whatever game he wanted, and because he had his Forsen boys to back him up, this was a very easy transition. Forsen did come back to try Hearthstone and other expansions, Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and for a little bit Hearthstone Mercenaries, but that's about it for Hearthstone when it comes to Forsen. Now, if you're wondering where Forsen is now, he is currently streaming on Twitch almost daily, playing whatever game he feels like, and letting his Forsen boys run rampant in his chat. I was going to end this video with a very nice message to Forsen telling him how great of a streamer he was, and I hope he's enjoying life, and I hope everything is going well for him. But then I watched the clip, so I'm going to end it with that instead. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate a like, a comment down below. Forsen, if you do end up watching this on stream, I tried to contact you in so many different ways, but apparently it's impossible.
Here.
Oh, Smash Blade, come on, go on.
He only needs 2 damage here. That'll do it!
Oh, that's the Mind Blast!
Forsen gets the Mind Blast!
Oh, man!
He has beaten!
Oh, man! Do you see him smiling and he's just like, yeah, happy Beast of Winterfell again.
Also, he just defeated the current world champion, you, the casual Forsen guy.
The only reason he's the world champion of 2016 is because I didn't try in 2016.
Ah, I see. And now you're tryharding.
Now we try out in.
You actually had a top 100 legend finish this month, right? That's actually an indicator that you will be tryharding for the entire season.
Yeah, it's time to beat some scrubs, you know.
Okay, so what are your future plans? I mean, you want to win this tournament, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And after that, world domination?
I'll win the next tournament and the next one after that.
Okay, so we'll be seeing you more on stage then.
Yeah.